In this practice, we'll work on strength to create more mobile and flexible joints in the hips and in the shoulders. Come to sit at the front part of your chair. Make sure this is a nice firm chair, not an upholstered chair, so that you can feel the sit bones. With your hands right on top of the thighs, move forward and move back on your sits bones, and just notice how they're like rockers. You can come way forward and way back, and see if you can come a little bit more forward and a little bit further back. And you start to use your abdominal muscles slightly as you move forward and you move back. To begin, come to the center of that rocking motion as you sit forward on your sits bones. Sit very tall, looking at the strength of your legs. So lift your right leg up and take it down. Lift your left leg up and take it down. Draw your right knee up and in toward your ribs and take the right foot down. Lift your left foot up and toward your ribs and take it down. So we know that we've got some hip flexion. Let's see if we can increase that just by using the hands. So the hands help define our flexibility. As you lift your right leg up without the use of the hands, you see you can go pretty far. But if you use your hands at your shins, you can go even farther, lifting the leg up. Release your right leg down. Take your left leg up as far as you can. Take your hands at the shin. Lift up even more. And you see that the hip joint has a lot of natural flexibility, but you need the leg strength to show you that mobility first. We'll do one more cycle. Lift the right leg up, pull in, release your right foot down, lift the left leg up, pull in, and release the left foot down. Now use that strength of the leg to try to lift your right foot up again, but this time take it to the outside of the left knee and sit tall, sit more forward on your sits bones. Maybe you notice that the knee is slightly high. See if you can float the knee down on its own power without the use of your hands. Now take the right knee up and park the right foot down. Lift your left leg as far as you can, again, without the use of your hands. Take the foot just to the outside of the right knee. And notice on this side, if the left knee is high, see if you can bring it down just slightly on its own power. Now let's take the left ankle off the right knee and gracefully put it down. Now let's use the hands again to get as much mobility and flexibility as possible. We lift the right leg up just to see how much strength and mobility we have. Now we take the hands around the right shin, pull it in so that as you take the right foot just to the outside of the left knee, it's so much more accessible. Release the right knee down. Now use your hands, not on the knee, but right at the top of the thigh to just press the flesh down. And notice how much flexibility you can show just with the hands pressing at the top of the thigh. Now on its own power, lift your right foot away from the left knee and take it down. Take the left leg up as far as it will go on its own power. Use your hands now to lift it up even further. Pass the left foot to the outer right leg and draw the knee down. So on its own, it can go to a certain place, but let's see As you take your hands right at the pant leg crease, right at the top of the thigh, can you press down to just get a little bit more opening in the pelvis there? Now release that, lift up on its own power and take the foot down to the floor. So this idea of mobility, meaning on its own power, the leg can do certain things, but with a little help from our hands, we were able to see the combination of mobility and flexibility. Let's try that with the arms. We'll be using the strap in a minute. You can just put that to the side for now. As you prepare to sit tall with a nice fullness to your breath, take your right arm forward and pull it in. Right arm forward and you pull it in. Again, right fingers stretch forward. Now you pull back from the right fingers to the armpit. Release the right hand down. Try that with the left. So reach your left hand out. Now pull back in the shoulder joint. Reach forward, pull back. Reach forward and pull back. Release your right hand down. Now reach your right hand forward, pull back as we've been doing. Now pass the arm in front of your chest and just kind of notice how far you can go. Do that 2 more times. Reach forward, pull back, and then pass it in front of your heart. Reach forward again, pull back, pass the arm in front of your chest, and release. Try that with the left hand. Reach your left arm forward and spread your fingers. Now pull back, draw in from the fingers to the shoulders. Reach forward, pull back, reach forward, draw back. You're engaged the whole time. Release your hands. Now you showed that you've got a lot of mobility in your shoulders because the arm can do that action itself. Now let's see if we can get a little bit more flexibility with the help of the opposite arm. So take your right arm forward, pull back. Now draw the arm to the left, hook the arm with the left hand and draw it in even more. And notice how with the help of your other arm, you can go just a little bit deeper in your stretch. Release the right hand down. Do the same with the left hand. So reach it forward, pull back. Now pass it over and you'll be able to go to a certain extent, but as you use the opposite arm, your right arm, to help you out, notice how much more flexibility you see in the joint. Now you can release your hand. Grab your strap. Take your strap in your hand, or a belt, or a towel, or whatever it is that you're using today. Take the strap in your right hand, and with the help of the left hand, draw the right elbow as far up as you can as you walk the fingers down the strap. Now take the left hand behind you and hold on to the strap wherever it works for you. Don't worry about walking your fingers toward each other quite yet. So with the elbow hugging in, the right elbow hugging in, you're opening the chest nicely. Now let's see, with the help of the strap, so we know we've got a certain amount of mobility that the arms can do on their own, but the strap is going to help us out with flexibility. Can you walk your left hands up the strap toward your right hand? Can you walk the right hand down toward the left hand? So now pull the strap so that you get this nice Strong action, nice opening of the chest. Now release your hands and release the strap. And if that felt a little bit challenging for you, then just move the shoulders around so that we can prepare for the left side now. Take the strap or your towel or whatever you're using in your left hand. Bend your elbow and pull the elbow in. So you've got a lot of mobility on its own in the left hand. Now take the right hand behind you. Find the strap. And again, we're not working the movement hands toward each other quite yet. But as you reach from the armpit to the elbow, you get this length in the tricep, in the upper arm there. And as you're ready, you can start to move your right hand just a little bit higher toward your left hand. So you just move the hands in toward each other. And you just pause there. And with the help of the strap, you're able to check in on the flexibility that you can get, just pulling the strap in such a way as to see if you can create more flexibility in the joint with the help of the strap. Now release the strap. This concept of mobility and flexibility. Mobility where the leg, when we were working the hips, the leg was doing all of the action on its own, and then we had a little help from our arms to go deeper into hip flexion. With the arms, we were able to get a lot of movement in the shoulder joint on its own. So we have shoulder mobility, but to get the full extent of shoulder flexibility, we needed to use the other arm to really show us how far we could go. Or we used a strap. Now let's work with the neck slightly. So as you draw your right ear toward your right shoulder, you can go a certain distance. Now see if you can just use the strength of the left arm to reach down through the left arm, make a fist with the left hand. Maybe you could go a little bit further. So with the assistance of the left arm, you're able to just go a little bit deeper. Now use the right hand on your head to see if you can take it just with not that much pressure. You're just a little weight. You're able to feel like you can go, just a little bit deep in lengthening the muscles that support the neck. Now lift up. Turn your gaze over your right shoulder. As you twist, you can notice how you just got a little bit more freedom on this side. Now take your left ear down to your left shoulder. And as you do, you see how far you can go without any assistance. Now, see if the right arm, reaching down toward the floor, make a fist with the right hand. See if that helps give you just a little bit more length on the right side. And now add the weight of your left hand. So on its own, you've got plenty of mobility in the neck, but notice how once you engage the arms in the action, you get just a little bit more expansiveness. Now lift your head up and turn your gaze over your left shoulder. Just notice how much mobility on its own now your neck has. And now come back. We'll do one more yoga pose. So come forward on your chair seat. Step your feet wide. Turn your right toes out and have your right ankle just under the right knee. Step your left foot a little bit further away and take your forearm down to the top of the thigh. We open the pelvic area slightly with movements. We've opened the shoulders and the neck. Now, as we go into this pose, open your palm, lift your underside ribs up with the help of your hand. Lift your arm up, reach your arm over, and enjoy the length that you get as you turn your head just a little bit deeper into this pose. Notice how much freedom you have from the pelvis to your shoulders to your neck. Inhale, rise up. Now let's try that on the other side. So draw your left ankle right under your left knee. Walk your right foot back. Park your right foot down firmly. You're right on the end of your chair here. So there's support from your chair, but you're able to open the hips nicely in the pose. Take your left arm down. Spread your left fingers. Take your right hand so that you can assist a nice lifting quality of the underside ribs. And that enables the gaze to look upward without much movement of your neck as you reach your right arm up. Now spread your fingers, reach your hand over your head. Keep your back foot really active, pulling in toward the front foot. Keep a nice fullness to your chest. Root down through the back foot to inhale and rise up. Heel toe your feet in toward each other. Sit back in your chair. Just pause, close your eyes. In this practice, we focused on mobility, the engagement of our legs, of our arms, of our neck muscles in certain yoga movements. And you start to notice how you can assist to not only gain strength in the joint, but a little bit more flexibility. You can just draw yourself deeper in these poses. It's a balanced action. You need that engagement for mobility first. Combined with the assistance, the knowledge of the pose that allows you to go a little bit deeper, to explore the flexibility of the joint. Thanks for this exploration of mobility and flexibility. Namaste.